Hey y'all, I'm back with another book review. So I've kind of been on a classics kick. I actually just finished The Wizard of Oz. Reading The Wizard of Oz, because I always grew up watching Judy Garland in The Wizard of Oz and seeing that whole thing, and like reading it is so much different, and it actually makes me appreciate it even more. Like, first of all, it's a child's book, so the print is huge, but it kind of takes you back to childhood. And I mean, if you're a big Wizard of Oz, or if you've seen it like a million times like I have, you read the book and you're like, oh, that's how it really was in the book. And how, because I'm totally an avid person for people that make the movie exactly like the book. That's like my number one thing. But it's not. The MGM version is definitely not like the book, but it's very similar, and it still has all the good things that you would love about the Judy Garland version versus just being a book. And I think the reason why it's a classic and that why it transcends the ages and why people just love it is because it was just a fictional world. It was like she was dreaming. It was like she was dreaming. And even though in this book she technically wasn't dreaming, and she told it like she wasn't dreaming because she really was gone for a long time when she came back, unlike in the movie where, I'm sorry, my comparison is the movie because I grew up watching the movie, so it's always going to be my comparison. But I just really loved it. I loved seeing the original and seeing what it was really like, and reading it like it was just early 1900s when it was coming out, and like it just was such a good book, such a good like little children's book. Like, it is a children's book, and it's a classic children's book. It's what all the kids should read at least once in their lifetime. 1900, sorry, I was double checking my dates. He published it in 1900. It is I think almost you need to read this first before you even watch the movie, just like anything else. It makes me appreciate the movie and what they did and how they got it done. And like, if you think about it, it wasn't even too long after this book was written that they did this. And so a lot of other books like Jules Verne or Pride and Prejudice, all of those were done maybe 100 years. This was still, I mean, Frank Baum died in 1919, so it wasn't even that far from when he actually wrote it. And so everybody had grown up reading these, and like Judy Garland probably grew up reading them. Just like, it is such a classic, good book, and still has all the characters you grew up with, and it's still so brilliant. And it kind of tells the story in more detail that you kind of miss in the movie. Anyway, totally recommend it. Totally think you should read it. And I know everybody will notice that this is a combined book. I actually had a really hard time finding just The Wizard of Oz by itself. But I think it's because it's such a good book, everybody wants it. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy this video and you all have a good day.